Hey everybody. I questioned whether I was going to do this again, but I actually got a lot of comments yesterday that people seem to like my little record videos. So um, I don't usually have Sundays available. Often I'm working Sundays, but being that I'm on vacation, I was off today, and there is another flea market up where I live that is only open on Sundays, not on Saturdays. And I haven't been in months and months because of my work schedule. I thought today, oh, why don't I go to the other flea market? I had such good luck with records yesterday. So I wondered if I could duplicate my success again. I don't really collect a lot of 45s. In fact, before today, I only owned one 45. This was the only one I owned. It helped by the Beatles. And that's just because I kind of collect Beatles whenever I see it reasonably priced. And in fact, I did see several Beetle 45s today that I did not pick up because they were not at a price point I considered reasonable. But I did come home with some 45 goodness today, and these were out of a box marked 25 cents or 5 for a dollar. So I picked up 12, and the guy said, "Give me $2 for the 12." So really, 6 for a dollar. And I'll just go through these real quick. The A sides. Number one, here is Spooky by the Classic Four. I always think of my friend Zuzu Welsh, who used to be my guitar teacher when I lived in Raleigh, and he taught me this song on guitar. Love is kind of crazy with a spooky little girl like you. So glad to have that. Probably one of my 10 favorite songs of all time. Check it out. Why Don't You Build Me Up, Buttercup by the Foundations. Um, these are all very dusty, but they're not too bad in terms of condition. So for what, 20 cents, 15 cents, I'm glad to have that. For my movie friends, who can forget the power of the film Zodiac, which features the song Hurdy Gurdy Man by Donovan. Freaking creepy song. Very nice. Looks to be a first pressing on Epic. Glad to have it. I'm just going to go through the A sides on these. The B sides, who cares? You don't know most of them. Here's a very nice original Columbia pressing of Mrs. Robinson by Simon and Garfunkel. Backed with Old Friends and Bookends, because that's kind of a nice song. Gotta love some Neil Diamond. I do anyway. Here is Sweet Caroline by Mr. Neil Diamond. And I did not notice until I actually got this home. Darn it. A little bit here of a warp right there from, I guess, probably being in the sun. I don't know if it shows up too well. It's very minor. It only seems to affect the lead-in groove, not the actual record. So might be able to unmelt that a little bit. There are some tricks and tips to do that sort of thing, but not a huge deal. And then moving on, Quentin Tarantino. I always associate this song with his films. This is the immortal Son of a Preacher Man, Dusty Springfield. Great song. What's on the flip of that? Just a Little Lovin' Early in the Morning. Okay, cool. Now, this one, I don't even really think I looked at the condition, because looking at it now, if I had noticed the shape it was in, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But this is Please Don't Go by Casey and the Sunshine Band. Shut up, you love this song too. I know you do. You see it's very dirty, very dusty. And that's the problem of getting records from a flea market rather than a yard sale, is they're very dusty, very dirty. Unlike, say, a yard sale where there's green grass to keep the dust down so your records don't come home looking like this. So most of that appears to be dirt rather than scratches, so probably can get most of that off. And what's on the flip side of that? I bet you didn't know that. And in fact, you are correct. I did not know that. I did not know that was on the flip side. If you like your Groots to be dancing, Guardians of the Galaxy fans, here is an original Motown, I Want You Back by the Jackson 5. One of the greatest pop songs of that era. And if you have that song, you have to have also ABC by the Jackson 5 as well on Motown. Okay, a couple more. An original Capitol swirl pressing of California Girls by the Beach Boys. On the flip, Let Him Run Wild. Brian Wilson has the solo songwriting credit on both sides. Nice to have that one. And then I was excited to see some Cold Gems pressing Monkeys 45s. Love the Monkeys, and was hoping I would find a couple of my favorite Monkey tracks: Pleasant Valley Sunday and Pleasant Valley Sunday and Last Train to Clarksville. I did not find those, but I did find Valerie, as I said just a moment ago. Whoops, I'm holding up the wrong one. That's Valerie. And you just saw the other was Daydream Believer. And on the flip side to these, I don't know these songs. Going Down, and what's this one? Tapioca Tundra is the name of that. So those were the 45s I brought home today. So those were $2 total for all of those. And then just a few quick, not very many. I didn't get a lot of LPs today, but I'll run through them really quick. But this was, I guess, the good find today, although the condition of this box here is pretty rancid. I love me some Hank Sr., one of the only country artists I love, and here is a 4 LP box set, the Hank Williams Story, and what's it say here? 4 records. Set contains 48 of Hank Williams' best love songs. As you see, the box is in absolutely horrible shape. In fact, the box kind of fell apart when I was looking at it, and I can't get it back together now. So I'm going to have to play with that. But the records themselves, the 4 LPs that comprise this set, the dust jackets are shot, but I have a stack of replacement jackets, so I will replace all 4 of those. The LPs themselves, they're a little dusty, but they are not scratched in any significant way. So that whole set, all 4, was $1, not $1 a record, but $1 for the 4-disc set. And I think I have another 2-disc Hank Williams Greatest Hits that I think has just about all of these songs on it. So I may be able to get rid of the 2-disc set I already had. So that was $1 for that, and here are the other couple I got. These were 50 cents each. Don Henley, Building the Perfect Beast, which of course has The Boys of Summer and Sunset Grill and All She Wants to Do Is Dance. It's still in shrink wrap, though it is not sealed, but the record is very good, very, very nice quality, very clean. And here is a copy of the Byrds' Greatest Hits that I picked up. It is an original pressing, but the cover is in quite bad shape. There's some splitting here, and you can see that even the record is poking out the bottom. It does have a dust jacket, but it is also falling apart, so I'll replace that sleeve as well. But the record itself is not too bad. Dusty, but not unplayable or anything like that. And then here was my expensive record that I bought. I tell you, I got the 4. Let me close this window a little bit. I got the 4 LP Hank Williams set for $1, and then I got all those other albums for 50 cents. But I paid a whole $1 for this one record. This is an original 1964 pressing. Louis Armstrong. He's my boy. Love Louis Armstrong. Love just about everything he ever did. And I got this not so much for the title song, but for track 3, this stupid curtain. I'm sorry, this is funny. Outtakes. Track 3, A Kiss to Build a Dream On, which is my favorite. Track 4, A Kiss to Build a Dream On, my favorite Louis Armstrong song. Love it. Love it, love it. So glad to have that. And then the very last thing, I saved this for last because a little bit of a story for this one. You know, I mentioned I love Jethro Tull. I had a bunch of Jethro Tull albums in my original collection. One of the ones that I really, really love that not a lot of people seem to love to the degree I do is an album called War Child from 1974. One of my very favorite records of all time by any band, and I didn't have it in my collection, and today I did come across it, but sad to say, this is like when you want to go adopt a puppy and you go to the pound to get a puppy, and the only puppy they have is one that is dying of tuberculosis and has had 2 legs amputated and is wheezing and is going to be dead by morning. But you take it home anyway to make it as comfortable as possible before it passes. That is what this LP is. This is in no way a sufficient quality copy of this record. And in fact, it is in such bad shape that when I showed it to the guy who was selling it, I said I was really hoping to find this album today somewhere, and I said I don't know, it looks like a lost cause. And he said, "Oh yeah, just take it. I'm not even going to charge you for it." So first of all, okay, here the bottom is completely separated. A lot of ring wear, as you see. You can see the outline of the record where it's not been stored properly. The dust sleeve is splitting, and boy, you ready for this? Let me show you. I don't know how well this comes through, but it is a nasty record. And all I can do is really try to make it as comfortable as possible before it expires. Amazingly, I don't see an awful lot of scratching on this. It is filthy. It looks like dirt has been not just on the surface but impacted into the record. I'm going to try to clean it out and see. Maybe I can do something with it. But there is. Let me find it here so I can point it out to you here. There is a long. I don't know if this will come up on the video there. Yeah, right here, a long scratch all the way across. But when I touch it, and I don't usually touch the surface of the vinyl, but if I just kind of barely rub my finger over it, it is not raised at all. So it's possible that that is impacted dirt rather than an actual scratch. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. That's probably not salvageable. But I'm going to try and just see what I can do with it. This will be a placeholder copy until I can get an actual copy of War Child that I want to listen to. So this was free and worth every penny, as I'm sure you can see. I can feel the raised mud on the surface of the record here. How does this happen? How does this happen to Jethro Tull albums, of all things? So those were my finds today. I think. What did I spend? It was $2 for the 45s, $1 for the Hank, $1 for the Louie, and 50 cents for the Don Henley and the Birds. So that was $5 with the Tull album thrown in there free. So it'll give me something to do, clean these up. I don't know if I'm going to keep these 45s. I don't know if I'm going to just be someone who collects 45s. I pick these up just because I don't have very many. I might play these for a while, clean them up nicely, put them in some replacement sleeves, and maybe see if I can flip them for LPs, because that's really what I'm interested in collecting. I don't think I'm interested in building a substantial 45 collection unless it's Beatles. But yeah, I'm glad to have a couple of these, Spooky and Build Me Up Buttercup anyway. So that was today's finds, $5. I've got some cleaning ahead to do to see if these will even play, but not a bad morning. So thanks for watching.